I want to tell you that it's great to be back in this incredible state where we did so well. We did so well, far better than anybody understands, but a lot of you do understand, with thousands of proud, hardworking, freedom-loving American patriots, and that's exactly what you are. 8 months from now, the people of Georgia are going to vote to fire the radical Democrats, and you're going to elect the wonderful friend of mine and a great man, a great senator, and a great man. David Perdue is your governor. We need him. We need him badly.
What do you know? Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, is rejecting reports that he drew a smaller than expected crowd when he spoke over the weekend in Commerce, Georgia. The former president issued a statement saying, "We had a massive crowd in Georgia." But as usual, the fake news media refuses to show it. People are estimating 25 to 35,000 people. Who are these people that are making those estimates? Well, Donald Trump won't say. And I looked at the video. It didn't look like 25,000 people to me. But here's somebody that I actually trust. Gary Bluestein, who's got some experience covering Trump rallies in Georgia. He's a reporter for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. He wrote, "I've covered more than 2 dozen Trump rallies around the nation. This is the smallest crowd I've seen at a rally of his in Georgia since he won the 2016 election." Bluestein also provided some video that showed people leaving before the event was over. And it didn't look like it was 25 to 35,000 people, but in any case, Blustein's reporting and analysis was also backed up by another reporter by the name of Shannon McCaffrey. She wrote, "Trump calls the crowd huge, but lots of empty seats and folks leaving as he continues to speak." Look, it doesn't really matter whether the crowd size was big or small. The fact of the matter is Donald Trump set certain lofty expectations for these events. When he doesn't meet them, he goes crazy, and he lies, of course.
I want to also mention while we're here, candidate for Georgia Insurance Commissioner. We have not a good commissioner right now, but we're going to have somebody great. Thank you back there. Well, look at how far that goes back. Why can't they show those people? Why can't the cameras just turn around? The fake media, they don't want to show. They don't ever want to show those crowds. Thank you very much for being, thank you. Look at that, as far as the eye can see. My vision's okay, but that far I cannot see. Thank you very much.
Now, we know that Donald Trump is very sensitive to the size of his things, the size of his wealth, his buildings, the crowd size, the size of his hands. You get the point. And of course, in 2017, there was that whole controversy over inauguration, but Donald Trump claimed it was the biggest ever. But photographs show that no, Barack Obama's 2009 inauguration was actually better. In any case, put that aside. The point of the rally over the weekend in Georgia was so that Donald Trump could show his support and help the candidacy of David Perdue, a former Republican senator who's taking on the incumbent Republican governor, Brian Kemp. Kemp, of course, is on Donald Trump's hit list because Kemp refused to go along with the big lie in 2020, the idea that Donald Trump actually won Georgia and that the race was stolen from him. Kemp says, no, it wasn't. The data was fine. The vote was fine. It was not rigged. So Donald Trump is on something of a revenge tour against Kemp and others. The problem is that his support for David Perdue doesn't seem to be having much of an impact. Brian Kemp, the incumbent governor, maintains an 11-point lead over Perdue. So Donald Trump doesn't seem to be helping Perdue that much. Now, it could be that there's a lack of enthusiasm around Donald Trump and around David Perdue, and maybe that accounts for the smaller than expected crowd size. It's also possible that Donald Trump's advance team blew it heading into the weekend. And there's some evidence to support that. In the world of politics, advance teams are crucial, especially before a big rally or speech. They're the people who organize and make sure that the crowds are going to be there. They find the local leaders to whip up support. They set the stage, the lighting. They try to make sure that everything is set so nobody looks terrible. And oh, by the way, right before the rally begins and before the main speaker gets there, if there are empty seats, they're the ones who make sure that the organizers move people around so there are no empty seats in the camera views. Well, that didn't happen on Saturday night. There were plenty of empty seats. And oh, by the way, it's also the responsibility of the advance team to make sure that the speakers before the main speaker don't look stupid. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the congresswoman from Georgia, yes, she's going to sound stupid because of what she says. But if you look at how she came across, she looked like she was simply a head that was levitating or floating above the podium with a big giant microphone sticking out of her nose. Nobody on the advance team thought to put a box or a crate there so she would stand and look somewhat normal. That is advanced planning 101. That is a fail. And it's the sort of thing that tends to happen when an advanced team is falling apart, when there's a lack of enthusiasm, not just in the crowd, but among the people who are surrounding the candidate. These mistakes then start to happen. This was a terrible night for Donald Trump, a terrible night for his preferred candidates, a bad night for his advanced team, and a great night for anybody who is hoping that Donald Trump is starting to lose some enthusiasm, even in southern states, among both the crowds and the organizers in a state like Georgia. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us. Tell me what you think in the comment section.